China successfully hits US nukes as reports show they had insiders from Microsoft hack our networks. Multiple reports have confirmed that they've infiltrated hundreds of organizations here in the country, something that could affect national security. We're going to get to that in a while, but before that, make sure to subscribe and become a civic patriot today.
These were Microsoft employees based in China who were being overseen by people here in the United States. Patrick, how did this happen, and what does it say about our security capabilities here in the United States?
Well, it says when you're building rapidly a digital system and a set of systems, including just for the Pentagon, Defense Department has 3 million employees. When you're building those kind of systems rapidly, you're relying on a lot of different workers and a lot of different technologies that you may not understand fully what's going into them. In this case, yeah, outsourcing to Chinese tech workers was the wrong thing to do for our Defense Department system. Never should have happened.
Here's what they're not telling us. These breaches have been happening for years now, although it is shocking given that a US nuclear agency is involved. There's no question that there are bad actors who are probably inside the country as we speak, given that the last 4 years of the Biden-Harris administration featured a wide open border. And I want to remind you that China has always been keeping a close eye on the United States, especially when it comes to our military bases.
The Chinese have this habit, and I'm sure you know about this, they have this odd habit of buying farmland near our military bases. I'm sure that's just a coincidence, sir.
Sure it is, Larry. It's a big coincidence. But think about this now. 40 million acres of our farmland, 40 million, have been bought up by foreign entities. So it's just not China, it's other people that we don't care too much about. We've got to keep an eye on this. We've got to start regulating to some point, Larry, and I hate regulations, but I've got a bill out, number one, it's tracking anybody that's trying to buy any of our farmland, and I've got a bill also that is trying to block anything to do with buying our farmland. So it's something that we've got to be very concerned about.
This is the ugly truth. China has been able to do what it wants with our farmlands, with little to no accountability. And I think that's why President Trump has finally intervened. He now wants China to be banned from buying up our farmlands.
To date, we had 4 cabinet secretaries, Defense Secretary Hegseth, Homeland Security Secretary Nome, Attorney General Bondi, White House Counselor Peter Navarro, 3 of our best governors, multiple leaders from the Hill. And together we said that farm security is national security. We cannot be the world's superpower if, in fact, our foreign adversaries are buying up all of our farmland, especially in strategic places around a lot of our military bases. So we moved out a plan to start getting ahead of that right away. As you have mentioned, Senator Hawley was earlier on your show talking about what he's hoping to accomplish in Congress. We are working alongside all of our partners at the national, state, and local level to get our arms around this, to stop it from happening in the future, and to look at clawing it back as well.
Now, I think this should have been done a long time ago because we know for a fact that China has its eyes set on becoming the world's prime superpower. This is further supported by reports that show how deep their connections are within the United States. I'm sure you remember when multiple Chinese nationals operated their own police station in New York.
Liu Jianwang and Chen Jinping were arrested earlier this morning at their homes in New York City. As alleged, the defendants worked together to establish an overseas police station in Manhattan's Chinatown on behalf of the Fuzhou branch of the Chinese government's National Police Force, the NPS. These defendants did China's bidding in secret while acting under the direction and control of an NPS official in China.
As of now, we know that hundreds of agencies have been affected by the hacks we talked about earlier, many of which are located here at home, which begs the question, what's their target? Common sense would have you realize that our infrastructure is at risk. Communications, electricity, even water supplies have to be protected, not to mention any threat to our food supply. If China wanted to create chaos here in the United States, these would be their prime targets. But what do you think? Am I thinking too far ahead, or is this something that the Trump administration should take seriously? Now, if you found value with this information, make sure to share it to people you care about. Also, if you want your news without the noise, then consider subscribing to the Civic Trigger. Thank you for your time. Talk to you in the next one.